If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how does a psychologist treat someone such as myself with severe social anxiety and depression? Answer by Peter Strong, online mindfulness-based Skype therapist for overcoming anxiety and depression without using anti-anxiety and antidepressants. You might find this video useful. Online therapy, Skype therapy for anxiety and depression. Learn how to overcome anxiety and depression. I will be happy to answer your questions about seeing an online therapist via Skype. And when you feel ready, you can schedule a therapy session over Skype with me. Talk with a psychotherapist online via Skype for effective online treatment for anxiety and depression, social anxiety disorder and agoraphobia, addictions, post-traumatic disorder, PTSD, or any other forms of emotional stress not requiring medical treatment. Email me to find out more about this online psychotherapy service and to book a Skype session with me. This online counseling service is available throughout the USA, UK and Europe and worldwide. All you need is a reliable internet connection and you can start Skype therapy with Dr. Peter Strong. Online therapy sessions by Skype, psychotherapy online. Welcome. My name is Peter Strong and I am a professional Skype therapist. I specialize in online mindfulness psychotherapy for the treatment of anxiety, depression and addictions, and this service is available via Skype. Now, online Skype therapy is becoming highly popular for many reasons. Increased convenience is certainly one of those reasons, but another reason is, of course, because of the condition itself, anxiety. People experiencing anxiety often find it very difficult to go to a therapist in his or her office, in person. So the online Skype therapist option is a very attractive alternative for the treatment of anxiety and also for other anxiety disorders such as agoraphobia and social phobia. If you suffer from agoraphobia, then Skype therapy sessions will be the best way to get help. Whatever the style of psychotherapy that you like, you need to transform the underlying structure of the anxiety or depression itself, which is exactly what I focus on during the online Skype therapy sessions. Conventional talk therapy can be helpful, but often it does not look at the underlying structure, the underlying process that creates your depression or anxiety. The same can be said for medications. The drug may provide a temporary relief from symptoms for a while, but medications are not going to change the underlying psychological process that causes your anxiety or depression. So, it is recommended that you find what we might call a process-centered therapy that focuses on changing the underlying process that creates the anxiety or depression. Cognitive behavioral therapy is an example of a process-oriented therapy. Mindfulness therapy, which is a form of psychotherapy that I developed in the 1980s, incorporates CBT methods with the addition of mindfulness, and this is another extremely popular process-oriented therapy, and it works extremely well for anxiety and emotional suffering produced by uncontrolled reactive thinking. How to get started with Skype therapy. This online psychotherapy service and counseling via Skype is available worldwide, including the USA, UK and Europe. Learn more about how to use Skype for therapy sessions. Web-based distance therapy is suitable for non-medical conditions, and please note that Skype therapy is not covered by insurance. Another video to watch. Skype therapy online with a Skype therapist. I will be very happy to answer your questions about this Buddhist-based psychotherapy via Skype, and when you are ready, you can schedule a Skype therapy session with me. If you wish to talk with a psychotherapist online, then visit my online therapy website to learn about online psychological counseling over Skype for eliminating anxiety and depression, addictions, OCD, post-traumatic stress disorder, emotional trauma and other varieties of emotional suffering not requiring medical treatment. Standard counseling can be helpful, but often it does not transform the underlying structure that is the real cause of your depression or anxiety. The same can be said for medications. The medication may relieve symptoms for a while, but medications will not or not effective for transforming the underlying cause that produces the emotional suffering. The type of psychotherapy that I provide is known as mindfulness therapy, which can be extremely powerful for handling chronic anxiety as well as for treating depression and other common psychological difficulties resulting from habitual reactive thinking. Most of my clients notice quite significant changes after the first couple of sessions of mindfulness therapy. Welcome. My name is Peter Strong and I am a mindfulness-based psychotherapist. living in Boulder, Colorado, and I provide Skype therapy for the treatment of anxiety and for help with recovery from chronic depression and also for help with addiction recovery. If you would like to talk to a psychologist online who specializes in mindfulness therapy, then please simply go to my website and send me an email and ask any questions you have about mindfulness therapy and this approach and how it can help you with your specific needs. Generally, online therapy is very effective indeed, especially for anxiety and non-clinical depression. It is a much better alternative than years of talk therapy or other treatment-based options because mindfulness therapy teaches you specifically how to change your emotional reactions. All emotional reactions are basically habits, and all habits can be changed when you bring more consciousness to them. So, when you apply mindfulness to an emotional habit like anxiety or depression, it changes, and it makes it much more effective in what you do in trying to help that anxiety or depression resolve and heal. Basically, the most important thing is to build a mindfulness-based relationship with your emotions, based on consciousness and compassion. These two qualities are what really characterize mindfulness. It's much more than just awareness. Most people are already aware of their emotional suffering, but they are not necessarily conscious of the emotional habit, the underlying process that creates their anxiety or depression. This consists of habitual reactive thinking and habitual reactive behaviors, and also habitual reactive imagery. One of the hallmarks of mindfulness therapy is examining the imagery of your emotions, what makes them work. And, of course, when you uncover that emotional imagery, you have something very definite to work with, and when you change emotional imagery, you change the emotion. If you would like to learn more about mindfulness therapy and you would like to talk to a psychologist online who specializes in Buddhist psychology and the mindfulness approach, then please go to my website and then send me an email and we can schedule a Skype therapy session at a time that works for you. It doesn't matter where you live, as long as you have an internet connection, we can arrange a Skype therapy session. So, please contact me. Thank you. Skype therapy service, online therapy service. Talk with a therapist online over Skype for effective online mindfulness therapy for depression and anxiety, social anxiety and agoraphobia, addictions, and other emotional problems, including PTSD. This online counseling therapy service is available throughout the USA, UK and Western Europe and worldwide. All you need is a good internet connection and you are ready to start online therapy. Inquiries welcome. You can always contact me via my profile. Answer by Simon Joseph. Using cognitive behavioral therapy, they will establish what is it that is actually making you scared. What do you think people see? For example, do you think you go red, for example, when you talk? If so, how red? If so, what are your beliefs about how they will react? Often people with social anxiety overestimate how much others notice and have a narrow view of other people's judgment about social mistakes. Be prepared to be put in challenging situations till it doesn't bother you anymore. Answer by Shauna Crandall. A psychologist will most likely provide therapy and may recommend a psychiatrist to then navigate meds. One thing to consider is your lifestyle, sleep patterns, exercise, environment and what you do and don't eat. Very challenging, but worth the time and effort.